Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting crossover episode of, King Me, Revs High Podcast. As always, gotta love the shirt. And JJ's Rainbow Rumble with my amazing, beautiful daughter, JJ. And we have a cast of characters joining us today. Of course, we have the superstar with his tie and everything, the gecko with no name, which we definitely need to reach back out to certain people and help us find a name. The very next one is near and dear to our hearts, named after some extraordinary individuals. The one and only KATMIKE, all right? We have Jal Mortar, also named after some great folks, and the superstar of the universe, Shannon Levangie Jr., aka Shanny. And let me introduce our very special guest. All right? Let's hear it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans of all genders, asylum escapees in the terminally sane, lock the doors and hide the straitjackets because the nightmare is about to begin. Crawling straight out of the damp, forgotten basement of the Butler Hospital, forged in the shadows, sharpened by pure insanity, he's the unhinged force of chaos tearing through New England, England rings, leaving broken bodies, erased minds in his wake. Whether it's renegade wrestling, chaotic wrestling, focus bow, grind, or many, many more, he's a deranged technician, the master of the Mohawk driver and the CMS tombstone, the one they call when the lights flicker and the sanity checks out, your therapist's worst nightmare, the mind eraser, Mike Graca.
Thank you. What an introduction. Thank you for having me.
Woo! Thank you for being here today. We're very excited to have you on the podcast, to be honest. Very excited.
I'm excited to be here.
Awesome.
We've been trying to get this done for a while, and I'm happy that I'm on here.
Yeah, it's something that we definitely being the person who has to set up the podcast episodes with multiple people. There's always a hiccup or two or 17, right? And there's always somebody saying, I got things to do. And myself, I have 5 jobs. I totally understand when somebody says, I have to push it off till past the New Year's or until XYZ time.
Mhm.
We always are genuinely grateful for anyone's time, especially in this business, because we know how hard you guys have to work in and out of the ring, whether it's on your professional wrestling careers or it is, just in your day-to-day lives as human beings. So anytime people take their time from doing whatever else they could be doing to be with us, we're grateful in any capacity whatsoever.
I appreciate you guys taking the time to interview somebody like me, like little old me. So,
So I like to start these conversations with a curveball, right? That's as a lifelong baseball fan, a passion of a younger self. I always like to throw at a curveball. Now, normally I put it in the form of a question, but for today's podcast, I thought to myself, I originally had a question, but I rewrote it in my head several times over because I am a lunatic. Let's be honest. All right, I'm a crazy person. So I sat there and I thought to myself, you know what? I could ask this question, but I could just reword it and make it into a statement. So I'm gonna throw the very first thing out the door as I like to do because that's the kind of person I am. I try to make this podcast just as fun for the guest as it is for us and the audience. So, my curveball today, and I genuinely wanted to be on camera, being recorded, knowing that the entire world's going to hear me when I say this. All right. My curveball today is that I want to say thank you to both yourself and to Katie. I genuinely from the bottom of my heart, as a father and as a human being, I just have to tell you guys how much I love, respect, and appreciate you both. You guys have been nothing but some of the nicest people in the business that have befriended us, but I genuinely, and we've said this a couple of times, and I've said it to a couple of people, right? If there was a problem, there are not too many, as an old man myself, I'm 40 years old, all right? I've seen a lot of human beings, seen a lot of people coming through this life, right? There's
Does
not
that
too
make
many
me
people.
pre-old?
I'm 40, I'm old. There she is.
So is 30 pre-old? Am I like one step from old?
No, you're a superstar. Actually, I had a special one if she was in there.
I can be an old superstar.
So, the wonderful Katie Prescott has joined us momentarily, and we love you very much. But with you, both of you on the screen, not to say that you need me to do this. Now that you're here, maybe we should even go back, because I did add the little piece. All right, I just have to do it. All right, since you're right here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans of all genders, lock up your sanity and pray for mercy, because the descent into madness has arrived. Emerging from the cold, dripping shadows of the basement of Butler Hospital, the deranged destroyer who erases minds with every brutal strike, the master of the Mohawk driver, the CMS tombstone, in pure psychological warfare, tearing through every ring that he dares to contain him. At his side, his venomous vision in velvet and vengeance, the fiancé who whispers sweet nothings of destruction, the one who distracts schemes and ensures no one escapes the nightmare unscathed, your worst fear wrapped in beauty and brutality. Together they have the unbreakable bond of chaos and control, the couple that will make you question reality, the mind eraser, Mike Graca, and his deadly darling, Katie Prescott.
I like that.
Oh my god, we need a documentary.
Woo!
It needs to start with that. That's what I want the documentary to start with.
All right. I will send that over to you gladly any day. I could use my in-ring announcer's voice too. It would probably sound cooler.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Can we get the microphone from the ceiling?
Yes.
I love that.
So I did have the distinct pleasure, for anybody who doesn't know, on Christmas to
The announcement.
announce Mike, and it was genuinely one of the greatest joys of my life. And my second favorite thing to say about that day was that Rich Palladino scared the shit out of me.
Okay. I remember that too.
Because he brought me on stage, and then I said, Mike, I said, Rich Palladino's the GOAT. And then I turned around and he was in my face, and I was like, holy shit, what had happened? And he was like, he was like, kind of like, give me the mic, Chris. And I was like, oh no, what did Richie, I love you. Don't throw me off the mat. Oh no. And sure enough, he just brought me up for the wrong match. So, whew, I thought I was in trouble. I thought I thought somebody was mad at me. I didn't know. So it was a genuine pleasure to go back up there and be able to announce you to the ring. It was incredible for me. So
I appreciate it. It was great too. You got me over.
yeah. Unfortunately, it was a 21 plus, so JJ couldn't go. But we made sure to watch it the next day on IWTV, and it was pretty cool. It was also nice to get my first pop. Like people were chanting, "You were dressed." What have been saying? Like, "You're dressed nicely" or something like that. Oh, looking good, looking good, looking good. And I didn't even register in my mind. I was like, "What are they saying?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, they're talking to me." Oh, and I just kind of like winked. I didn't. My brain didn't. By that point, I was like, "It's over. It's over, bro. You missed it." But it was incredible. I loved it so much. Do you have the pleasure of the first question, since I've talked like a lunatic for 20 minutes?
Has anyone ever tried to get you to break character before?
Yeah. A lot, actually. I'd probably say
Me.
yeah. Katie's like famous for it. She like on a show like a weekly basis. She's doing it. She's always trying to sneak in little comments while I'm selling, or I take a big move and I'm over in the corner and she's like, "Hey, guess what? We're having pizza later," or something stupid. Something.
You can't possibly leave out the chicken cutlet story.
Oh, the chicken cutlet story. You tell that one.
You tell it, because in my words, it never happened, and he's making this whole story.
No, you say it.
So I took a tombstone from somebody. Mike came to check on me, and for some possessed reason, I thought today's the good day to wear a bodysuit, like a spaghetti strap bodysuit with a stick-on bra. And when I went down and I'm like dead on the floor, Mike comes over and he's like, "Babe, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Are my chicken cutlets sticking out?" And he's supposed to be worried that I'm not alive, but the stick-on bras look like chicken cutlets.
Oh my god.
So he's looking at me. He's like, "Please don't say that right now. Please don't say that right now. Are you okay? Please don't talk about it right now." Were they out? Were my chicken cutlets out?
No, they weren't.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm glad we
geez.
figured that out 3 years later.
Yeah.
3 years in a podcast. That's all it took. We got the answers. You know, here we go. Here's one that I got.
There we
So
go.
this one's for you, Katie. When did you first realize Mike wasn't just another wrestler? He was the perfect vessel for total destruction.
Oop. How long we been together now? 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
About 4 years ago? Yeah. I mean, I knew he was definitely destructible like 15 years ago, but for me to destruct you mentally and stuff and torture you for the rest of your life, 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I said, that boy is a man now. He's big, he's got a mohawk. I like him a little bit more now. And look at us now. We have this beautiful life and this beautiful family, and I'm throwing beer on people in wrestling shows. It's everything I ever dreamed of.
Yeah, that's living the dream, guys. Living the dream.
Yes.
No complaints.
You wanna do next? Yeah.
You can do that.
Okay. So, Mike, how does having Katie in your corner change the way you approach every match?
Yeah, Mike.
Honestly, it's great to have somebody that can elicit a reaction better than anybody that like doesn't know me, you know? So I have somebody who's close to me. We live together. We have a son together. We're getting married in September. Like this is my person. So when I go through the process of putting together a match with my opponent, I don't know if this is peeling back the curtain too much, but when I go through the process of putting together a match, I don't tell her what I'm going to do.
No.
I don't tell her what I'm going to do.
No. He's horrible.
So when I take something particularly, something stupid, we'll call it stupid or brutal, whatever you want to call it.
Stupid.
I don't tell her. So I get a genuine reaction, and my selling, that's how I've been able to work on my selling too, is if I can fool her, I'm good. If I can... So
It pisses me off.
yeah, she gets so bent out of shape.
And like, you'll see me out around ringside and I'll be like, "You have work on Monday, we have bills to pay, what are you doing?" You're like going through glass, getting freaking thrown off the top of cages. Like, he doesn't tell me anything. The only things that I know are whatever I'm doing. So like, I know what's immediately happening before me and what I'm doing, and then I don't know anything else. And he's kind of done it like that on purpose for 2 reasons. Because 1, he wants a real reaction, and 2, I won't pay attention when they call the whole match. So like, I won't remember anything anyway. So even if I'm standing there and he's calling the match 17 times and I'm staring at them doing it, it'll happen and I'll be like, "I have no fucking clue what you're doing. I have no idea. What are you doing?" All I know is what I'm doing. So then when he takes certain things or he does certain things, I'm like, "Why would you do that?" He's like, "Well, you gave a good reaction to it. Really got the crowd behind it."
Yeah, because the crowd sees her reaction, and
I have gray hair now. It grows right here. They're all
Right.
named after him.
No, I mean, and you're both absolutely correct. I know, especially from my vantage point at something like Focus Pro, half the time I can't even look at the ring because I'm too busy trying to video something. So normally I just look like, I would say after a big move, especially, I'm like, what does Katie think? You know what I mean? Like, Like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
I'm having a panic attack on the other side of the ring.
Panic attack. Yeah.
Oh, that happened to me multiple times before.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know the one that that got me was the light tubes. As soon as I heard Katie get the light tubes, I was like, JJ, get away from the ring.
Yeah,
Get
and then I look
away
like the
from
bad
the
guy.
ring.
And it's like,
Just
oops, that was my fault. My bad.
just get far away from the ring. I don't that stuff turns into like powder that's will cut your throat or something. Just move, get
Yeah.
out of there. Which is honestly one reason why I've been trying to convince her we need to work on walkie-talkies. I have walkie-talkies that you can put in your
I
ear
keep forgetting.
so we can bring them and be able to be like, when she's getting super close to the ring, taking photographs or whatever, if it's a certain, as soon as we see somebody like JB Anderson come out, I'm like, take 12 steps back. All right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Get out of there, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Who knows? Get out of there.
I just even take pictures.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, but when he's coming to the ring, stuff's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna happen. You want to
His
take the
birthday
next one?
just passed. Oh, we're gonna have like a thumbtacks in the birthday cake match.
Oh, jeez.
So
Or
far,
the
what is
candles
the
are little dynamite sticks.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like a cartoon.
Yeah, I love him. He'd take it.
So far, what is the coolest event you were a part of?
Oh, I mean, I've been around for a very long time. It's actually a very good question.
Should have asked after September because your answer would have had to be our wedding.
Hey. You answer the question first. I'll give my answer in a little bit. I have to think.
Coolest event that I've been part of?
Yeah, of course.
To be fair, I haven't been around as long as you.
You,
So I should
got
think of it quicker.
Yeah.
I think the cage match with you and BMT was probably my favorite ever.
Oh, the whole setup, the vibe.
The setup, the match, them as people, like they are just great. So I think that was probably my favorite one. It was a huge show. So it was
Yeah.
Legacy, right?
Yeah, it was like 600 people out there. It's
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah.
We had like a whole special entrance, and then even just working with Ariel and BMT is just so much fun. And it was so early on into me working with him, and I was still so scared out of my mind of everything. And I kind of went to Ariel for everything at that point because we were in things at two different places. So she really helped mold a lot for me. And then on top of doing it with him, though the superplex off the top of the cage really don't sit right with me to this day.
I'm sorry.
It really don't sit right with me to this day.
Really not
He
that
lived.
sorry, but yeah.
He lived.
Yeah.
So like I can say it was my favorite because he's fine. But that was probably my least favorite part of my favorite match I've been in.
Okay. I'd probably say honestly Breaking Point this past November for Chaotic. That was probably the coolest entrance setup I've ever walked through. I can honestly say that I felt like I was in a video game. I felt like I was one of those creative superstars on the new 2K game, walking through that setup, and it was really cool. I had to take a second during my entrance to turn around and look and process everything because it was insane. And the setup that they have there, the way that they run their shows, they're second to none in the area. I'd have to say that. Probably even the country, really. Their production, their talent, everything. Chaotic's up there,
Their talent almost included CJ.
Yeah.
My kid was trying to run in the middle of the show into the ramp to do an entrance. So you almost got a surprise entrant twice. Twice.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. But yeah, no, you're definitely not wrong when you say that and it's like with all due respect to all the rest of the wrestling companies out there, no shade. This is a no shade zone, and this is definitely a no smoke zone. We don't say it unless we mean it. But the idea that they are able to, especially when they're in Lowell, they really go all out with the production value, and they try to make it seem more like a bigger, WWE TNA style with the ramps and all that stuff. Even in they had a show in Lincoln, New Hampshire about 2 months ago, and they didn't even record it themselves. I'm the only person that actually recorded that entire thing because it was a charity event, and they actually had a really good setup and a whole entryway for that as well. So they really took the time to hone their craft, I think.
They do. They do.
That's CJ's 2 cents on it. It's like, yeah.
DJ's
And
back.
Chase told me I could make an entrance if I really wanted to.
And that's the bottom line because CJ said so. All right, guys, you heard
CJ
it.
always says the bottom line.
So, Katie, what's your favorite way to assist Mike? Like a distraction, interference, just messing with the other guy, whispering?
Ooh, I don't know. We're very big on me smacking men, and I love that for me. I love that for me. My son loves it for me too. Thanks, babe. My biggest fan. Yeah, we very often tend to have matches with people who will get really good reactions coming at me. And 9 times out of 10 it turns into me being able to like physically come back on them, or like when I threw wine in Ricky Smoke's eyes. Like that was a fun one. Smacking Diego is up there. It's very far up there. I'd love to do it again. A bunch of times. I hope I do get to do it again a bunch of times. I'm convinced that I will. And if I don't get paid to do it, I'll do it for free.
There you go.
So yeah, anytime I'm like physically involved, is pretty fun for us because again, you know, it's like there's only so much that I'm gonna do to a giant man verbally from outside of the ring. So I can yell and chant and get the crowd behind Mike as much as I want, but at the end of the day, like me physically going to people and getting physically involved is obviously what's gotten the biggest reactions for us. I'd say probably the best was actually that body bag match with Diego.
Yeah.
Was when people were the most excited and they were like, oh my god, she overhand chops people, she's crazy. She's lost her mind. Or like when I got the light tubes, like anything that has me getting into the ring is when the crowd is like, oh my god. But then it's like it puts me in this scenario because we'll do shows and people will be like, Katie, what are you doing? Go in there, go get him. That's what you do, that's your thing. And I'm like, no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that today. No.
Yeah, not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. I will never go with Brian Malonis again. I'll never do that again.
Right. I can say that there are some people that sometimes get very, very mad when people get close to Katie. Well, like anytime someone's getting close to Katie, JJ here will be like, "Did you see what just happened?" like Miles Hawkins.
Oh.
Disgusting.
JJ hated Miles Hawkins for like 2 months, and we saw Miles Hawkins at Rebel Spirit at one point, and she was and JJ was like, I want to get that guy. He touched Katie, and he's not supposed to touch Katie like that. I'm going to get that guy. And I was like, all right, well, calm down. We can't attack him. Like we didn't sign a waiver or anything. So.
Katie's not even here.
Katie's not here, and I think we'll be okay. He's like walking through the room, and some kid's just like mean face, shaking the fist, like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you, man." So what I do? You touch Katie, why'd you do that? I'll kill you.
Which is so
like,
funny
well,
because then they'll beat the crap out of you, and people will just be like, "Man, that's what he signed up for." Miles grabbed me up, and the whole crowd said, "None of this, none of that."
You will now die. Hey, you know that's the deal. Do you want to do one?
If you could wrestle anyone, who would it be?
Oh.
Why are you looking at me? I'm a valet.
Now, is this like current wrestler, retired wrestler, dead wrestler?
All
like,
three.
What would you?
So when we ask the question, we let you answer any way you want. So like, let's say we had someone on earlier, and they were like, they gave us their top three. They're like, all time, I would want this person. Current living people, I'd want this person, and independent scene, I want that person. So, like,
Okay,
let's
yeah,
say, okay,
I'll do that. I'll do that. Definitely do that. So of all time, I'd probably say Undertaker. I'd want to wrestle the Undertaker.
gotta
Um,
love the Undertaker.
current like live. I mean, Undertaker is alive.
Not
um,
retired though. He's retired, so
yeah,
it's
currently wrestling person that I would like to wrestle. That's like probably their sign too.
It can be anybody.
I'd say Killer Cross,
That's
okay.
fun.
I can see that.
and then on the indies right now, there's this one dude that I've been hearing a lot of chatter, like saying that, oh, I can't wait to see you in the ring with this guy. His name's Atticus Cogar. He he's the GCW World Champion right now. Um,
Okay.
a lot of people in this area have been saying, "Oh, I want to see you in the ring with him. That matches money. This, and that." You have any input?
You said Atticus Cogar, and I got scared for my safety.
She's been saying Charles Mason.
He'll come at me. He'll also
Yeah.
try to kill me in the middle of a match. There's certain people I'm not getting physically involved with. It. Those might be two.
Two of them. Yeah. What's funny is Mason, I have a button from one of his matches. I went to um, HOG in Philadelphia in September, and he was in a match. I can't remember the guy's name. It was a British guy. And when he did the gimmick and he ripped his shirt off, the button flew off and hit me in the face. So and I was in the fourth row, so I just kept it. I was like, all right, I guess I'm keeping this now. This is mine. This is my button.
So you can tell people that you were attacked by Charles Mason.
Yeah, yeah. He's flinging his stuff at me now. That bum.
I think all of those all those options would be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Undertaker. I mean, it's really hard to dispute against the idea of one of the greatest to ever lace up the boots to keep that same character going for so long. And realistically speaking, there's during a time where so many people got ridiculous gimmicks, a lesser man would have failed with the Undertaker, but Mark Calloway really brought it home. So
Yeah, and he was dedicated to it. Very, very dedicated to it.
yeah, that's why it was even so crazy to see after so many years of him keeping his mouth shut that he just got like a podcast. You're like, oh my God, now he's telling everybody everything. Like it was shocking at that time, at least. Now it's like, all right, now we've heard his stories or whatever. But definitely at the time when he finally retired, and then he started having the podcast and the other stuff, it was just insane to see like him actually talk about something for once and not just stay in character and tell you to screw off or whatever. That was wonderful.
Yeah, 2020 was a crazy year. Him retiring and putting out that whole documentary, and then him getting the podcast a couple of years later or that year. I don't really remember what year it was, but him now, like it's great to hear him talk and spread his stories and his wisdom, and to know that he's starting to really give back to the business it's awesome, because honestly that is my goat. That's my number one. I don't see anybody above him, so it's awesome.
Yeah. And I would say that I was very fortunate enough to be there for WrestleMania 39 when he came out to chokeslam The Rock.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, and it was as soon as the lights, if there was a roof on that building, it would have been blown off, proverbially speaking, because we in the crowd lost our minds. We were jumping around. I hugged like three strange people I've never talked to in my life. I literally just was like, "Oh my God, it's the Undertaker!" Some dude almost tackled me over the stairs. It was wild. Like we in the stands lost our mind. I really haven't gone back and rewatched 39 or 40, but I probably should. But I'm assuming you could hear that pop like there was no tomorrow, because
Oh yeah.
the universe, we certainly lost our minds that day. So WrestleMania. Go ahead.
I was at WrestleMania 33. when he left his hat and his coat in the ring, and that was insane. I was crying. My sister, who was sitting next to me, was crying. The people that were sitting next to us were crying. We were all hugging each other. I didn't know who was sitting next to me. I was hugging them. We were hugging the people in front of us, behind us. Everybody was just hugging and crying,
It's
and
like a funeral.
it was like a funeral to my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah. That answers my. I was literally going to ask you if you had ever been to Mania, so that answers my question. I'm going to Mania next month, so I'm not even really. The funny thing is, I'm not even too worried about going to Mania itself. I know JJ's giving me the side eye right now because I just love hanging out with the guys from What Culture. So they always have like their whole thing, and you can just hang out with them. So last year and the year before, if you watch any of their videos, I'm standing right next to them while they're doing their shtick. So that's gonna be me 4 nights in a row hanging out with Simon Miller as he does ups and downs. So I'm super excited for that. I love those guys.
So what I just gathered from that is he's pushing up into his luggages and we're
Yeah.
going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds great.
Are we taking bookings WrestleMania
I
week?
can't wait. Yeah.
Don't tell
Right?
people that we're not going.
WrestleCon. No. There's always stuff.
Love WrestleCon.
Yeah, WrestleCon's crazy. And it's wild to see. This is going to be the first year that I've gone to something like that and I actually know people who are there, right? So like Ben Bishop's going to be there, Julie Cutler, like people that I've talked to in like real life and have messaged and stuff. So like coming, not to say that we've completely come onto the other side of the universe just yet, but leaving the fandom behind and becoming more of the professional, it's like, oh crap, this is people that I know. It's just kind of a surreal experience if anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. And who knows? This podcast might take off, and you'll be full-fledged on the other side.
That's what I mean. I have 6 days, and then I'm gonna get my yearly bonus for my job, and I'm gonna take 2,800 of those dollars. I'm gonna walk my happy feet over to the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, and I'm gonna sign up. So who knows where we go from here?
All right.
Oh my god, you guys are going to wrestle each other.
Oh.
Oh, we're going to tussle. You and I, we're tussling.
Well, the only thing that stinks is JJ's gonna be on your side, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be wearing your shirt like, yeah, kick his ass. I'm like, I love you too.
That's going to be the
I
turn of
already
the...
lost. I'm heartbroken. It's like I did help raise you. No, see, she's not even saying. She's not.
She's
denying
got
it.
wrestling parents now.
Yeah, exactly. She left
My
me behind.
co-parents.
There you go. The cat mic.
Yeah. Did you tell them we're getting a black cat?
Oh, we are getting a cat. Yeah.
I
We got
love
a black
Black
cat.
I want to steal it now.
A very
So we
young.
can't bring it to shows.
Yeah, that might be a bit much.
It's going to get snatched.
A much younger JJ wanted to actually have like almost like a nonprofit organization to educate people that black cats are not evil and that people shouldn't be ridiculous about things.
Yes.
You remember that? No. Apparently she doesn't remember this. Apparently it's news to her. This is a genuine reaction. But that's the beauty of having a father that remembers your life, okay? So she actually used to be so mad when people were like, black cats are terrible. Like people would, yeah, so she basically wanted to start raising awareness, and we did talk about the idea of a cat cafe as well. So
I have a cat.
Bella.
We live around a couple blocks away from a cat cafe.
Yeah.
We love it.
There's one in Lowell. I've been wanting to bring her to the one in Lowell.
Yeah, I went to one.
Well, if we get this cat, I should know hopefully Tuesday. I'm sure you'll be seeing many pictures of my daughter.
Yeah.
We're gonna be naming her Gwen.
Gwen.
Yes! That's amazing. Gwen Stefani is my favorite person in the universe.
Yay!
I am not kidding you when I say this, okay? Okay? So JJ's middle name is top secret. But her original middle name was supposed to be Stefani.
Not pronounced Stephanie, Stefani.
Stefani. And we'll just say, since we're being recorded, I'll tell you the real story later. For the recording, due to circumstances beyond my control, I lost the middle name. I gave it up, and it was no longer Stefani. So, but
He gave it up.
It could be worse. My dad wanted my name to be Dallas Page. First name Dallas, middle name Page. So it could always be worse. My mom said, no. You won't be in the delivery room if you think that's what's going on the paper.
Dallas, I guess you could have been.
Dallas Page.
I mean, I know the bank man, so we could have hooked you up, I guess. But
Right, and now I do DDP yoga, and I feel like, he's like my illegitimate godfather. I was named after my illegitimate godfather, Diamond Dallas Page.
I have a story, but I'll take it offline for certain reasons. But I'll put a pin in the DDP and I'll take it offline. But since we have you both together, this is a question for the both of you. I would say, when it comes to your relationship in the ring, give us one sentence that would terrify the locker room.
I feel like we've said a lot.
Katie's hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or if you ever hear me yell, "Where's my effing hair extensions?" It's all over.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over. I just had a funeral for my old hair extensions in a focus locker.
I'm big and scary, but she's the really scary one.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's quiet. So if he's upset, he'll be quiet. If everybody knows, if I have a problem going on, it's everybody's problem. Or I lost my beer tickets.
Yeah.
Everybody runs when they hear that because they're like, crap, she's going to ask me for mine.
So Wheatman and Cash let us know that their go-to is Raising Cane's. What are your guys' go-to?
I've never had Raising Cane's.
So I have celiac disease.
Newly found.
So do I.
Yeah.
Look, bonding.
I really can't have fast food.
You like pizza?
I do like pizza a lot. So
I love pizza. I've loved pizza since I was young.
Well, it's America. Who doesn't love pizza?
Sure.
For point of reference, not only for you but for the audience, I have decided to make additional bonus episodes talking about the things in my life that people just ask me too many questions, and I'm tired of repeating myself. So, on this upcoming week, I am going to be doing an extra bonus episode with a gluten-free influencer, and I have a couple others that we're going to be doing these. I'm going to do these bonus episodes with as well, so that people who have celiac disease, especially those who are newer to it, could not only know maybe more facts about where to eat, what to eat, how to eat, but be able to know who are out there in the world that could teach you things about the general stuff. So I'm someone who I've been gluten-free for 13 years now, and I get a lot of questions, and I feel like a preachy guy sitting up there saying all this stuff. So I finally decided to put, ink to paper, and I'll be doing at least 3 podcasts with some gluten-free folks. I have one coming out about kava, which is an ancient natural anti-anxiety beverage. Some about being vegan, which will eventually, I would assume, bring in my ham bro there, Sean Vegan Keegan, and some other stuff. But I'll make sure to send it over to you once I get them loaded in the chamber, so you can have some stuff about celiac, because there's a lot of really good places to eat, a lot of really good information coming soon.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm all for that.
We've been frequenting 110 Grill.
Yes.
110 Grill.
Seems like it's got the most options for him.
Right. 110 Grill, Red Heat Tavern. I like to enunciate it appropriately, so I'll say I Vive Trattoria. All right. Whether it's Burton's Grill, Tavern in the Square, all of those places most of them are actually owned by each other, and they all have dedicated space for gluten-free people, so you don't have to worry about it. there was a really great gluten-free bakery in North Andover that unfortunately just stopped existing. But I intend eventually on getting, there is a really phenomenal bakery in Manchester, New Hampshire, 100% gluten-free, owned by this wonderful gentleman named Evan. He will be on the podcast in a couple of months, um, talking about all the stuff that he does. So it's a celiacs, gluten, etc. for general reasons is a genuine pain that I've lived through for a long time, and I want to share that with other people so that someone like you, who you said to new to it, could at
Yeah,
least have
months.
some eye-opening experiences, right? So
Yeah.
shameless self-promotion there as well. Get to plug my new bonus episodes.
You gotta plug your stuff, man.
Shout out to Duke's Bakery in Fall River.
Oh, they're all gluten-free as well.
110
Yeah.
Grill and Duke's Bakery.
Yeah, the 110 grill is phenomenal. Anytime I get to go use the corporate card, I overindulge for sure. So I get to go to Burton's and all those other nice places. Tavern in the Square is my all-time favorite for sure.
Where's that?
So you were asking about where the locations of Tavern in the Square, and I pulled them up real quick.
Okay.
There's one in Attleboro, Bedford, New Hampshire, Bellingham, Mass, Braintree, Mass, Burlington, Mass, Cranston, Rhode Island, Dedham, Mass, East Greenwich, Rhode Island, Framingham, Mass, Littleton, Lowell. There's one at North and South Station. Though I remember the South Station not being a full part, they're a little weird. There's Salem, New Hampshire, Shrewsbury, Tingsboro, West Hartford, Weymouth, Woburn, and Rentham. So Tavern is everywhere, and they genuinely take care of our foods. You don't have to worry about dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna die. I just think that I'm gonna be extremely uncomfortable for a little while.
Right. Nobody wants that.
No, not at all. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to venture to my hometown of Cranston. So
Yeah. No, you'll have a good dinner. It's the only one you asked them all.
No, but still.
Yeah. No. Those type of places. Like I said, I can literally send you a bunch more. And when I do that podcast, I'll make sure to send it over so you can get some of the stuff. Just because it's so tricky, you know.
it is. It really is.
So you've held titles like the NRG Heavyweight Championship, Proving Ground Tag Team Championship, um, many other. Which belt has felt the most meaningful to you personally?
Huh. Honestly, I'd say the RWA Championship because that's home. I've held it 3 times. Uh, yeah, it's home. It's where I started. T Phoenix is the man who, if it wasn't for him, there really wouldn't be a Mike Graca. Um, yeah, it's I am really trying to get it back. So because I didn't lose it this past time. I had to relinquish it because I broke my ankle. So that's one title that I take a lot of pride in holding because I feel like there's not too many people from when I started over there still around, and I I take pride in still being there to help steady the ship and steer it in the right direction. Uh, yeah. Oh, Katie's back, but yeah,
With another coffee.
There you go. That's the one you want. But yeah, with you saying that, right? You being an OG, how has the indie scene in New England changed since you started, especially with streaming platforms like IWTV getting more eyes on shows?
yeah. So I started in 2011,
Mm-hmm.
so it's changed like crazy. Uh
social media. A lot.
Social media has like completely changed everything for everyone, not even just wrestling, but changed life as we know it.
Yeah, that's valid.
But yeah, it's the wrestlers have gotten more athletic, more like faster. It's just been hard to keep up with the changes, but also I pride myself on being able to keep up with all the changes.
Look at him. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many people. I mean, like literally you said, which is why you kind of fed that question for me gracefully, of course. Um, there's not too many people from back in 2011 that are still going today, at least not in the same capacity that you are, right? Most of them, they've either retired completely or maybe they're behind the scenes or they're doing something else. So it does make sense. There's such a landscape shift. I mean, I know like especially what we're doing now, podcasts didn't even exist really back then, and you had to do them in person, or I wouldn't be able to go to all the shows I've been to and record them easily. You know, I would have had to carry around some giant, super heavy camera and pray to God it looked decent when I got to the end. To be honest with you, so. And then it's so much. I mean, for us especially, right? Watching your work is phenomenal, and I feel like you've been someone who's been smart enough to actually embrace the changes. Um, because you know you'll actually do like promo videos and stuff and put them out there for people to see
Yeah.
your work, and so many of the younger talent maybe and even maybe some older people who just don't know how to do it, they don't do that at all, really, any of that stuff. And um at least when you guys are getting reposted, when you guys are getting posted on by fans, you're reposting it and resharing it, and you're smart enough to pay attention to what's going on. At least from what I've seen.
Yeah.
You can disagree with me, but
No, I agree in a way. Like I feel like I don't post enough, so there's that, and I feel like I need to post more to keep up with the content that a lot of guys like Richard Holiday and like Ben Bishop, like they're on different levels when it comes to that stuff.
yeah, you're not wrong at all.
Yeah.
But I can say, since I have the living proof right here, you were one of the only people smart enough to embrace the new technology. And this is actually something I talked to when I was on a podcast a few days ago with Lauren St. James. There are so many people that are missing out on easy revenue, right? You have your refresh my memory. Where can we buy your stuff for anybody watching?
So I have a sticker mule store. It's www.stickermule.com/minderasermg. It's where you can get t-shirts, stickers, temporary tattoos, like all this stuff there. Yeah, that's where I have my stuff right now. I used to have a pro wrestling tees store, but uh it got kind of got lost in the shuffle with all of my moving, and I had to take a couple of years off of wrestling and all that stuff. So yeah.
See, and it's in you embraced it. There are so many even wrestling companies that don't do that, right? You in as always, as you know that we've been to a billion shows and we've seen you guys at a bunch of shows, and it's smart to have 8x10s and stuff readily available to purchase. But the truth of the matter is commerce has moved online, right?
Yeah.
And so many people have almost become to the point where some people are anxious and they don't want to walk up to a table with people and hand you a $20 bill. So it's easier for them to say, "Oh, I can just find you online and buy your stuff and not have to worry about it." And then something like Sticker Mule, you get to pick the color of the shirt. You know, it's your logo, but if they wanted it in purple, that's not something in a traditional sense that you'd want to go out and purchase 35 purple shirts and pray to God someone wants to buy it, right? You know, that would be wild. So it's genius that you guys have embraced that mindset of e-commerce because it really is the future, and it's something that I've said, being the person who's worked in business like I have, that when I finally am able to cross that threshold, I want to speak not only to the wrestling companies themselves, but professional wrestlers themselves and say, guys, you're missing out on an easy revenue stream where you have no overhead. You just let the company print it and they just send you the leftovers. And yes, if you want to hustle a t-shirt in people's face, you can, but it's not, it's just, I don't feel like this isn't 1986 anymore. It's not how it works, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the new century and get over it. Like, that's the nicest way I could put it without sounding like a complete lunatic. But I genuinely wanted to plug that for your stuff, of course, because
I appreciate
as
it.
always, I want people to buy the stuff, but more people should do that. And there's stuff like turning yourself into an LLC, right? Making sure you're an LLC, making sure that you trademark your stuff because you don't want other people steal it, and embracing the remembrance that, and this is a genuine statistic, 80% of people who become professionals in the sports or entertainment industry wind up broke when it's over because they don't manage their money correctly. And that's literally because our society never teaches you that. You're never taught a financial stuff. That's why I tell people to get the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because it opens up your mind about the other things that are out there, and it lets you see that there's more to life than what we already know. So, not to get philosophical all of a sudden.
No. I appreciate it, really.
Not spending all your paydays on Applebee's after the show. That's step number one. Financial responsibility.
Staying out till 4 a.m, drinking margaritas.
I hate that you knew you were going to look at me when he said that.
I knew it. Which, a shout out to Katie. Anytime we're at a show and you're at a show, JJ's just like, look at my wrestling mom. She's awesome. Like the whole time. And I'm just like, I know. I'm trying to record. Katie is awesome. But let's focus here. Take some pictures, guys.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm so entertaining.
Yeah, how dare you be entertaining?
You're always dancing.
Always dancing.
Always. That's why, I think even, Sticker Mule's been great for us, but he'll be at the merch table and I'll be like, just give me a bunch of stuff. I'm going to the ring. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm going to the ring.
I still end up selling more than she does, though.
It doesn't matter. I sell stuff. It doesn't matter.
And you know what? The truth is, some of the diehards, they get around the ring and they don't want to leave it because it's a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, they don't want to come back in 5 minutes. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I have to start actually drinking water because I'll stop drinking water the entire time of the show because I don't want to lose my spot going to the bathroom. Right. So, and I'm like, I got to record all this, So every once in a while, I'm like, maybe I should get there super early and just set up a tripod and move on with my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I just got to ask like Evan. Shout out to Evan and Brian. Got to ask Evan and Brian. I know. I've already shot. I mean, Nepwa's cool. They've always been chill about it. That's not a big deal. But Evan and Brian, super sweet guys. We love them. This one's for you, Katie. What's it like watching Mike erase mines from ringside? Are you proud? And does it make you want to join in and get some fisticuffs?
I'm definitely proud of him. Like I mentioned, I've known Mike pretty much since he started. So I think to see the progression from his look, the whole gimmick, his moves, everything, and just kind of like the way that he carries himself, I'm so proud of him for that. As a soon-to-be wife, seeing him, not for nothing, get his ass kicked sometimes is not my favorite thing to do. But I know he's doing what he loves. He's doing it well. So yeah, proud of you for sure. Oh my gosh, what a guy. He's so great. He's just so wonderful. I love watching you wrestle. I just hate when you take bumps and you don't tell me what you're taking and then I don't know what's coming, and I don't know what's real.
Yeah. Mike, you are a great guy. Um, there was a story that I told when you and Rip were at the tag tournament in Tewksbury, right? And you walked by when JJ and I were doing our thing, and you just had this happy smile and you waved at me, and you walked away, and I was like, I would die for that man right now. Like, this guy is so cool. I love this guy. Like, literally, like, you want to take this? Whoever's got a problem with you, we're taking it outside right now, dude. And I remember I went to work the next day, and I was like, I would die for that man. And they're like, whoa, man, take it down a notch. Take it down. I'm like, listen,
Stick
you
to
know how
just burning
nice
down
you
houses.
I
Stick
I
to just burning down the house. Don't die.
No dying.
we are going to war. All right, you screw with Mike and Katie. We're going to war. You got a problem. All right, I'm just letting you know. You have been warned, or you allegedly have been warned.
Allegedly, yeah.
Start a
Allegedly,
cult.
you may or may not have been warned and or thought to. Okay. Um,
For legal purposes, this is all
legal
hypothetical. This is all for entertainment purposes.
Yes.
right. I know that match was tough because you and Rip were supposed to be the bad guys, and JJ was just like not having it. She was just like, no, you do
It
not.
never works.
You do
It
not.
never
boo.
works.
I feel like honestly, I feel like people do not like booing you. Like, genuinely speaking, I know that we're biased here, but I clearly have proved my bias about 6 times over at this point. But I genuinely feel like even in the match, and with all due respect, I love the Shooter Boys. They're really good, but nobody wanted to boo either. You didn't want to boo anybody. They're like, both these teams. So it must be. Is it weird for you guys to get booed at places?
For me,
it's pretty rare. I'll be honest, unless I'm like blatantly doing something to somebody that the crowd likes, like in the hierarchy in their minds.
Right.
I don't really get booed. I don't know why that is.
don't ask me.
I really I try. I do, but it just
I feel like you don't even get booked really as a heel too many places anymore.
no, because it's
people gave up.
impossible.
People gave up. Even I'd only done it that one time, right, at Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
And I was like, this feels horrible. You were wrestling Angelo. And I was like, I love Angelo. I don't want to be mean to Angelo of all people right now. This is terrible. So yeah, I feel like we don't. It's not that we don't do it well. It's just that the crowd doesn't want it. They don't want that.
No, they definitely
They're
don't.
like, these people are so sweet, and they go to Disney World and stuff. We can't boo them.
Right. Exactly. You're proving my point. I definitely. I mean, on Christmas, right? There was we won't name names just in case because we didn't get permission. But let's just say if you go back and watch the Christmas show, there was one particular super fan of Mike's, and he was very much booing the other guy despite everyone cheering for him, and it became a whole extra thing. So there was a whole extra thing because no sir, no sir, no sir. Like they were booing the other guy who Monty Aries, who's normally very well liked because they love Mike so much more. And I was just like, holy shit!
Whisper it to me. Oh, yeah, that'll
right?
happen.
Exactly, it makes sense.
You had them booing Monty?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was.
How?
Listen,
I was so scared because I was supposed to be on the show with him, but CJ was just having a tough time, so I ended up staying home with him. And I was like, thank God I didn't go because how am I supposed to stand out there and hear Monty's song and not dance? Like, how am I supposed to be like, yeah, Mike, kick his butt, and then just be like, you know that I love it. You know that I couldn't do it. It's so hard sometimes. You just kind of have to. You just kind of gotta make it through.
Right, and then it was just a stage anyway. So where were you gonna stand?
Where were you gonna stand?
In the crowd.
You would have been,
accident.
Yeah, or you would have been like with the tree, handing out presents or something. Like, here you go.
I would have been climbing the tree. I would have been the star.
It would have exactly.
Duh. He's the wrestler. I'm the star.
Exactly. That's a great one. This leads me to my next one for you, both of you guys. What's the craziest thing you've pulled off as a couple on or off camera? Like whether it's, or I should say, whether it's setting something up or actually executing it on the screen.
I've bought in so much terrible furniture for you to put together. Oh my god, what have we done that's insane? I think I want us to have a wrestling wedding. I think that'll be a crazy one that we do hopefully before our actual wedding.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun one.
Getting the green light from any organization to do so.
To get cake everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go through a cake table. But what have we already done that was ridiculous?
The casket match was probably nuts. Where the lights went.
Where I was in the casket.
Yeah.
You were in the casket?
I choke slammed Ariel after I just said I love her so much.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. She's like, it's fine, it was fine. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That one was fun. I think it was honestly that or the cage match with them, because I think that was also the most like physically involved I've been in a match with you. So that was fun.
Yeah.
We parent. So in real life, that's probably the craziest thing that we have ever.
Yeah. He was an absolute lunatic.
My little menace. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, tell me about it.
We do a lot of crazy.
It's crazy.
Leave him alone. It's coming from you. This man comes out shaking, and he's gonna judge my precious little baby.
No, and shout out to Ariel and BMT. They're super awesome. It's funny, we were just messaging Jesus Christ, I don't have words anymore. Messaging Ariel earlier today to set her up to come up on the podcast. And I told her that I would say that out of all the podcasts we've done, the two of them, BMT and Ariel, have probably been some of the most people, whether it's on or off air, that in general people are saying, oh wow, they're so helpful and they're so nice and they're so amazing. So,
yeah.
So I just made sure to let them know that, hey, you were loved in this universe, because honestly, that's just, I feel like it's very important. We live in a very let's just say ridiculous society, and I like to shed light on positivity when absolutely possible, for sure. So
we love them.
Yeah,
they're so great.
Genuinely good people.
Genuinely, agreed. I
hope that one day I don't slip on their daughter that dresses like a banana. We end up in another storyline with them, like,
stay away.
I don't want to fall on the banana baby. I don't want to do it.
Oh my god. Okay. So there's a story with this, and this is why JJ is hiding, right? So the first time
on the banana child.
So the first time we saw the banana, we had dubbed her the Princess Banana Plant. Okay?
I love that.
Because of who she is, right? It made total sense. And ever since then, I have been absolutely dying for JJ and the Gecko to meet the banana and to do the Mega Powers handshake.
I love this.
I've been dying for this.
Oh no!
I've been dying for this.
No, why are you telling her?
Because she brought up the banana. How can I not do it? Even last time I was like,
love the banana. I love their kids.
This is a great idea.
Yeah, like I wish they all had fruit outfits and they could like attack people as a fruit.
Trying to convince me.
Yeah.
See?
They'd be the fruit of the loom. I wish they all had fruit suits, and then they could all jump people with their parents dressed as fruits.
Yeah.
It'd be like a fruit salad attack. That's amazing.
That would be great. And that would be grape. Oh, okay. So that would be great. Last time we
Orange, you glad that we didn't get involved?
There you go. See, Katie's got it. So one of the last times we were at a chaotic show, the banana was in earshot, and I was trying to convince JJ to go see the banana, and she turns to me and she says it very loudly. She's like, "I don't want to go talk to the banana," and the banana turned around and was like, "What, me?" And I was like, I'm just like sitting there like, sorry, dude.
Not getting embarrassed by a banana.
It's yeah. I mean, we did the Rad Pro last night, so there it's Monday, right? Instead, And so the banana becomes Monday, and then there's the rest of the family, and they get really. I mean, the fact that they were able to make 6 kids and all of them get involved in the show is pretty incredible. Quite frankly, it's very impressive. And then the I can't remember the names of what the Rad Pro name versus the real name, etc. One of the children went off the top rope and jumped off of the turnbuckle onto.
I got pictures of it.
Yeah, onto a crowd awaiting outside the ring. So he jumped up. He did a whole dive onto
It was
there.
really cute.
It was really good. So we've made sure to send those over to Ariel this morning to make sure she had them. But
That's fantastic.
it did make me question this morning, and I asked JJ this, and I was racking my brain on this one. If you two were in Rad Pro, what would you be?
All right, so
Oh my God, no!
it's the year 1997, right?
Yep.
And I'm one, mind you. I'm a baby in 1997. Keep that in mind.
I didn't even know English yet. I'd probably just be some sort of reincarnation of Portuguese Man of War, probably, or like a just incredible type of character.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Mikey Malasada.
No, that's no.
Nope.
Where he's just very Portuguese.
No, it
Just
would.
incredible.
Oh, Mikey Mayhem would have been a funny one though.
Yeah,
with the wig.
That's not a 97 thing.
Mm.
Yeah, as far as 97 goes, they're like starting to get more edgy with their content. So
yeah,
I'd probably say some sort of like an ECW type character, whether it be like a darker version of probably like it's a Tajiri or something, but not as foreign, if that makes sense. Still
Okay.
with the mist and all that stuff, but yeah.
I was shilling to her earlier. I was like, if they have to really go against grain, they have to really go against type. These guys would have to be like Revenge of the Nerds or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they're like, no, you got to go opposite. You can't be similar to yourself.
Yeah.
Which I think Pogo gets away with that. Milo Mira, he's just another Pogo guy from 1997.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pogo though, I love him. But
I would get more grandparents.
Lux Panther, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd get more grandparents.
yeah, so anytime we see CJ Cruz, we address him as grandpa instead of dad, I think.
Yeah.
So she was able to see her grandmother and grandfather last night at Rad Pro when we took the DeLorean back to 1997. So man, that would be something though. I mean, there's also, what is that? Creator Wrestler. And they do all kinds of wacky stuff. Like I said, I just had on Lauren St. James. She was talking about Tinsel the Elf, right? So that's got to be something else, man. So just a couple more, and then I think we're all set for sure. Which, once again, thanks for joining us today. I mean, we know you have busy lives.
No problem.
And now I'm honestly, this is just more for my sanity than anybody else. You guys talked about the idea that, Katie, you're not in the planning room. When it comes to, for this one's for you, Mike, when it comes to turning it on, is it easier to do that by yourself, or can Katie help you get to be the mind eraser?
It's a very me, myself, and I thing. It's a specific mindset that I have to get into. It usually starts like as soon as the intro to my song starts as well. So it's a very quick process, but at the same time, I'm transitioning to somebody that I'm not really that crazy dude that you see falling through things and hurting people and stuff like that. I'm not really like that.
I like to think I keep you mentally sound at least before.
Well, yeah, but at the
I kind of have to like talk him down from like real life things going on sometimes and stuff, and be like, everything is fine. Right now we're wrestling, and then we'll worry about all the stuff later.
because I have ADHD pretty bad. I have pretty bad anxiety, so it takes a team, and she's the captain.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Me,
Hey,
it's fun. I love being me. I get to just kind of come out the curtain in my little funny outfits and go, yay, go Mike.
yeah, no, it's valid. It's valid, and there's not a someone in the crowd that isn't entertained when you guys are up there. So if it works, it works. You can't really exactly. You can't argue with results. You just can't do that. Um, I guess maybe I should shoot one over to Katie here,
Mhm.
and this kind of goes hand in hand with that. What is it, Katie? Is it easy after a match to get Mike to come back to reality?
It takes a little bit. Obviously after the matches, um, we're talking about it for a bit, and I have a very different perspective of the matches being on the outside because I get to see everything going on, whereas he's seeing what like his literal eyeballs can see. So, if he has questions on how I think something went or looked or anything, I'm able to relay all of that back to him. So we definitely still talk about it for a bit. Um, but then, yeah, I'd say like,
very fast.
yeah, I'm off. I'm like, we're back. We're done. I'm getting changed back into my cozy clothes and my slippers and my Crocs, and like, we're done. We're done. Now we're gonna hang out with all of our wrestling friends for a couple hours and go home. So it's either like we'll talk about it for a while, depending on how it went, or we'll wait until we go on the ride home because a lot of times we're working anywhere from like 45 minutes to like 2 hours away. So we have plenty of time to talk about it on the ride. So,
Yeah.
it takes a little bit. And then once we're done talking about it, it's like, all right, we won't talk about it. And then the match will get posted and then we'll watch it over and then we'll talk about it again. And then we kind of go on about our regular normal people lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it makes sense, especially if you guys have the luxury of driving home together, so you're going to be able to have it fresh in your mind while you're, um, you know, fresh in your mind when that's going on. Mike, one for you, and this is one that I've been trying to. She's wait for the face. Ready? Get ready for the face.
All right.
I'm scared.
We know recently that you were able to wrestle your general tag team partner Rip, right? Or as he's called in this house, Uncle Rip. So my genuine curiosity and something that honestly JJ and I have debated over a couple of times, is it just as fun wrestling Rip as it is wrestling with him as your tag team partner?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. We have very good chemistry. Um, we're pretty like-minded when it comes to wrestling and how we view the psychology behind it and how we want our matches to be. Um, we're both very receptive of each other's ideas as well, so it's been awesome working with him. I've known Rip for a very long time, and this is something that I kind of like stumbled upon. Uh, we were put together at Fight Life, and I didn't really know what to think about it, honestly, like full transparency. And then I noticed that, or like, hey, maybe we have something here. So I decided to reach out to other places, and now we're working other places together. We're going to be defending the Fight Life tag titles at Grind as well this month.
Gotta try and take this.
So yeah, it's actually just as fun, if not more fun, wrestling against him than tagging with him. It's awesome. He's great. I'm very happy that as somebody who's not been a huge tag team guy throughout the years, I have been in a few tag teams, but none of them were really crazy long term. I'd say this is probably the second longest stint I've had as a tag team partner, but I feel like this is going to far surpass it. I don't see it stopping anytime soon because I do feel like we have a lot left to prove to people and to show to people as well. So I'm excited for what's to come, and who knows, you might see us everywhere. I don't. We're pushing for it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's great to hear. And from a fan's perspective, I mean, I've seen you guys wrestle as a tag team in a couple spots, but that last Fight Life show that we went to, and you guys just seem to complement each other, and you do seem to have that, like, at least from a, like I said, from a outsider's perspective, it seems like there is some genuine chemistry and, like, you know brotherhood there. There's been so many times in the wrestling industry where they just shove single stars together and it doesn't work out, and you can tell these are just singles competitors who are trying their best to pretend to be what a tag team is. But you guys just work really well together as a tag team, and you've put together a really good, in my opinion at least, a really good ensemble of weapons you can use in the ring against your opponents, right? Against the tag opponents. So
Yeah.
it's always fun seeing the two of you guys work and really put the screws to some folks.
Yeah, we have a good time doing it.
That's great. So my last question before I pass it over to JJ's last question is, for anybody out there watching today who thinks they're going to come up against the two of you, do you have anything to tell them?
Don't. Actually, do. It'll be fun.
Yeah, do. It'll be fun.
We can't wait.
It'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'm fragile. He's not.
It'll be so fun. Yeah.
So fun. Perfect. I love it. JJ, go right ahead.
What would you like to say to all the kids who look up to you?
Oh my God, we love them.
Yeah, so as a lifelong fan, as a kid who grew up watching wrestling, before I even really knew English, I was watching wrestling and was a fan of wrestling. So to those kids, I say, don't be ashamed of liking it. Wrestling is for everybody. Yeah, it's probably the best art form out there, in my opinion. Like I went to art school, and I understand art and the different forms of it. And there's music, there's paint. There's different media, but there's just like
Always.
yeah, it's just wrestling, in my opinion, is the most in-depth form of art where you can invoke reactions emotionally, physically, and really touch base with, like, to touch home with a lot of different people. And it's I love it so much. And for all the kids out there, just don't stop loving it. I understand that it might be corny to some people. People might hate on it, call it fake, whatever. Um, it is cool. It is. Don't be afraid to think that it is, because it's awesome.
I think it's important to add too that if you want to do it, not my son's banished from wrestling.
No.
Other people's kids
Yeah.
wanting to do it and feeling afraid of doing it out of embarrassment or feeling like you're not good at it or anything else. Like, everybody starts somewhere. Everybody that you're watching on TV or everybody that you're watching at these shows started somewhere. So we're very big on, like, nobody's perfect when you start. Everybody's growing. We're still growing. We're still getting better. I mean, I look at our stuff even back from when I started coming out with him, 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
And the growth that we've both made, and we're grown. So, if you get into it, especially younger, just do it. Just do it. Take the criticism, run with it. we obviously being parents and stuff, like we have such an appreciation for the way that younger people and kids look up to us. So we try really hard to be, you know, we are Katie Prescott and Mike Graca in the ring, but we always try to make time to talk to everybody and especially talk to the kids and want them to feel involved and make them feel seen at the shows.
Mhm. I always say embarrassment is the key to improvement. If you're afraid to be embarrassed, then you're never going to go anywhere with anything, really. Like that goes for any walk of life. Yeah.
You are absolutely preaching to the choir. Man, this is why I love this guy. Don't I just say stuff like that all the time?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. I say that
I mostly talk about Katie, you mostly talk about Mike.
I get it. No, I mean my personal philosophy is very similar, and I tell people if you did something that was embarrassing, it's probably because if you feel embarrassed, it's because you did something embarrassing, and you shouldn't hide from that embarrassment. You should embrace that embarrassment, and you should wash it over you. You should learn from that mistake or that choice that you made. Then you should learn from that mistake, and then you'll remember that embarrassment, and you won't do it again because you'll remember how embarrassing it was.
Yeah.
So, not to mention, I went to art school to get a bachelor's degree in digital filmmaking and video production. So, boom. You know what? We owe you guys a dinner. That's what we should do. We should get you dinner. We can go to like Tavern in the Square.
Gluten-free.
Yeah.
Gluten-free. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Gluten-free, right? Tavern in the Square. They make everything gluten. They can literally make anything on the menu gluten-free. We should get you guys a dinner, and then we can just talk non-wrestling stuff for like 42 hours or something. But I'm genuinely
okay.
Tavern in the Square is open 24/7.
42-hour dinner. Okay.
Well,
I got work in the morning.
Right. Or maybe a lunch before a show. You guys get there at a certain time.
Yeah.
We normally go to the same shows anyways. What's the difference? Right? But yeah, it's those are very beautiful sentiments, and I genuinely appreciate you guys being here with us today. We know that we especially know how much how full your hands are. All right, so we've seen it live and in person, so we completely respect and adore the both of you so much, and yeah, it's been real. Like this has been genuinely one of my most enriched podcasts, and we've been very much looking forward to it all week. Some people may have been wondering about what the time my daughter was going to get home to their house, and we both said we don't care. It's as long as we need it to be. Talking about the wrong people, bro. No. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for being on the podcast. It's been a genuine pleasure having you here. For anybody, once again, I did do some already shameless self-promotion about other episodes. I am trying to get as many lined up before WrestleMania because I'll be out of town for a whole 2 weeks or whatever it is. The next podcast, as of right now, should be in the timeline. I should say will be with Milo Mira. Actually, we just set up a time last night with him, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I think with me. Yes, I get it. But there are some other great people that have been. Hopefully, we can get around to having on the podcast. Richie Palladino, I'm looking at you, bro. Rich, I want the. No, I know that he has ran away from me a few times because he doesn't want to tell the universe how great he is, but he genuinely is my own personal GOAT. So I have said it on record several times, and it is literally documented at least 3 times in IWTV. So haha, we'll get you. I love Rich though, so
yeah, he's awesome.
Love a sexy Rich podcast.
I love Rich Palladino.
Honestly, I would produce that in a heartbeat. If he retires tomorrow and he's like, I need a producer for the Sexy Rich podcast, you look no further. Look no further. Someone we were talking about it last night, I think, with someone about, or maybe it was last week. Someone brought up the idea of why shouldn't Rich do a podcast? I'm like, listen, if he needs a guy to hit the record button, I'm right there, bro. I'm right there. I'll do all the work. You just show up, Rich, and be the star, and I'm the guy in the background going, "Oh, this is the best day of my life." So, ham it out. All right. Well, For everybody else, we will see you next time.
Thank you, guys.